It's the end of an era, and the end of the Elizabethan era.
People around the world are paying tribute to Queen Elizabeth. That includes right here in Denver with a local group of British women.
Now you're hanging in the balance of these systemic issues, trying to navigate your student loans.
In the wake of the White House's federal student loan forgiveness, some Coloradans say there's a real disparity in how that forgiveness impacts different communities.
We saw a real need in Montbello to pilot this service.
There's a new transportation service in Montbello. The city of Denver hopes it will fill the gaps for people who can't get around by car.
And a Las Vegas public official is being held in jail. Police say he's responsible for the murder of a Vegas journalist.
Tributes continue to pour in around the world for Queen Elizabeth, Britain's longest reigning monarch.
The country now enters a 10-day mourning period as the Queen's son now becomes king. Gun salutes and church bells ringing out all across Britain honoring the Queen today. She served as monarch for 70 years. At the House of Commons today, lawmakers came together to pay tribute. Among them was brand new Prime Minister Liz Truss, who the Queen swore in to lead the country just 2 days before her death.
The United Kingdom is the great country it is today because of her. The Commonwealth is the family of nations it is today because of her.
The Queen's son, now King Charles III, made his first address to the nation today. He paid tribute to his mother and also officially named his firstborn son, William, as his heir.
As my heir, William now assumes the Scottish titles which have meant so much to me. He succeeds me as Duke of Cornwall and takes on the responsibilities for the Duchy of Cornwall, which I have undertaken for more than 5 decades. Today, I am proud to create him Prince of Wales.
Charles also expressed love for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who stepped down as senior members of the royal family in 2020.
The impact of the death of Queen Elizabeth reaches all the way here to Colorado. A group called British Girls in Denver gathered in Littleton today to sip tea and eat scones in the Queen's memory. But one member of the group has a unique perspective. Sylvia Lamb was born in England and her parents are from Ghana and Barbados, 2 countries colonized under British rule. She says the transfer of power in the monarchy has a different meaning to her and her family.
My father's from Ghana, my mum is from Barbados. They're from former colonies. The Queen was the head of the Commonwealth. And the Commonwealth was born out of the colonization of countries, the oppression of people. Her wealth, the royal wealth, has come at the expense of other people, has come at the expense of my forefathers.
The group of friends here says they see this as an opportunity to get their country back together again and are anxious to see where their former country goes from here.
Historically, Black women borrow more in student loans and face greater obstacles to pay that debt back, often facing gender and racial pay gaps once they do enter the workforce. Well, 12 years after starting college, African-American women owe 13% more than they borrowed compared to white men who have then paid off about 44% of their debt. It's all according to the Educational Trust, a nonprofit that works closely to close opportunity gaps. They're also more likely than their white female counterparts to borrow money to fund their education. And while $10,000 or $20,000 in student loan forgiveness is still certainly a dent, some say it still won't help many Black women pay back the majority of their student loan debt.
On average, Black women are making 62 cents on the dollar when it comes to their wages. And so combine those 2 factors of average family wealth, gender pay gap. Now you're hanging in the balance of these systemic issues, trying to navigate your student loans.
Candace Smith with Boss Generation, it's an organization trying to combat this, says on average Black women will borrow about $54,000 to fund their education.
Expanded public transportation services may be coming to Globeville in El Rey Swansea. A pilot microtransit program launched in Montbello last year was widely successful. It provided rides for more than 33,000 passengers since last fall. Now Denver is looking to do something similar in other underserved communities. Here's Courtney Yoon.
A lot of folks need transportation.
Getting around Montbello can be tricky if you don't have your own car.
and we saw a real need in Montbello to pilot this service.
Vanessa Lacayo with Denver's Department of Transportation and Infrastructure says that's why they launched the Montbello Connector last year.
So this is really to complement RTD service and not necessarily replace, because we're trying to fill gaps in areas where there isn't already existing travel opportunities and public transit opportunities.
It's a rideshare program that's free to use either through the app or by phone.
For quite some time, years, it's been difficult for people to get to the places they need to go.
Donna Garnett with the Montbello Organizing Committee says poor public transportation options are part of the reason they started their community group 7 years ago. For example, she says there's no grocery store in Montbello, and for the elderly or people without a car, getting someplace to just pick up dinner can be tough.
It's great to be able to take RTD, but sometimes, your needs are different.
She says the Montbello Connector is a great addition to the community. People who use it say they feel safe riding it, and they're excited the pilot services have been extended 2 years. But she says they still need more accessible transportation options.
It is one in a whole array of solutions that we need in our community.
Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
City Council approval is still needed to move forward with the microtransit program. If approved, the city hopes to get that started in late fall, early winter. They're currently asking the public for feedback on what residents would like to see for that service.
The Denver Sheriff's Department held a swearing-in ceremony today for the first Latina to achieve the rank of major in the department's history. Janelle Orozco has been with the department for nearly 20 years now. She's worked her way up from deputy now to major. Orozco said she hopes her journey can serve as an inspiration for others.
It's such an honor to be able to be the first Latina and to be able to inspire others to come into this field, to be able to do all these things that I've been able to accomplish. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I would really like to encourage each and every young individual that sees me to take that step and to pursue their dreams.
Las Vegas police have charged a county public official with the murder of a journalist. Roberttayez is being held without bail after allegedly stabbing Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter Jeff Gearman 7 times. Tayez blamed his failed re-election campaign in June on articles Gearman wrote about his department. Gearman was in the middle of writing another story about Tayez when he was killed.
He basically was, 100% hard-hitting reporter. This was the kind of work he was going to do for as long as he could.
Investigators say they found Tayez's DNA under Gearman's fingernails. Tayez is due back in court on Tuesday.
The suspect accused of going on a shooting spree in Memphis made his first court appearance today. 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly allegedly drove around the city, randomly firing at people and even live streaming some of those attacks on social media. 4 people died, 3 others were injured. Kelly is facing 1 charge of first-degree murder, and more charges are expected as this investigation continues.
The governor of Texas is deploying Department of Public Safety officers to Uvalde, Texas, after police say 2 children were shot there last night. 2 people were transported to the San Antonio hospitals for treatment. Their conditions are unknown at this time. Texas DPS says it was a suspected gang-related shooting. 4 suspects are now in custody. They could be the transport of the future, and United Airlines is investing $15 million in them.
Many Americans stayed home during the first year of the pandemic, but man, in 2021, we were out and about spending a whole lot of money on having fun.